This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Today we have a Frigidaire Affinity washing machine that will not spin, and this is a pretty quick and easy repair. We're just going to be putting in a new door lock. When the machine can't determine that the door is locked, it will not let it go to spin, and this is due to a part on the door lock that wears out called the wax motor. So we're going to be putting in a whole new door lock. You could also just replace the wax motor. It's even cheaper to do. Here's what the part looks like. And this little red thing at the bottom is the wax motor. It's just wax that heats up and then it expands and pushes a piston. But the wax degrades over time and it won't push the piston far enough to close a switch to tell the computer that the door's locked. So it's pretty easy to replace. We're going to spin out these two Phillips head screws that hold the door lock into position, and then we're going to take the door boot, just the front part of it, and move it back slightly so we can pull out the old door lock and put in the new one. So I'm using a standard head screwdriver to pry underneath this clamp, and I'm going to be removing the clamp and pulling back on the door boot. You don't have to pull the whole thing off the front, but just a little bit to reach in there and grab the old one. Then we're going to remove three modular connectors, the one here at the bottom on the wax motor, and the one here in the middle, and then one at the top. If you look at this wax motor, its color is a white plastic. If it's a white or black plastic, it's an older model. If it's a red plastic, then it's pretty new. We're just going to push the modular connectors into the new one, so it's really easy. Just make sure they go all the way in and they're locked into position. Put one on the wax motor, and now we're going to guide this lock back into position and add the two Phillips head screws to hold it. You could easily do this whole repair in 5 minutes. Locks are kind of pricey. They're anywhere between $40 and $70, available online. Just put your model number in a Google search and look under the term door lock, and then you'll see this. This one's used on a lot of different models. Just going to tighten that up, and now we're going to take the rubber door boot and carefully get it back over the metal lip on the front panel. I'm going to make sure it's fully in position. And then we're going to go ahead and put the door clamp back on to hold it, or the boot clamp. So I like to put the boot clamp in some liquid detergent so that it's a little bit slippery, and that makes it easier to put on. Just going to test it here real quick. So I set it for spin, and here's the old wax motor. So again, you could just replace the wax motor, they're pretty cheap, by pulling the unit apart. It just easily splits into two pieces, two halves, and then you can pretty easily pull the wax motor out. If you ever want to go right to spin on this model, you can press the spin speed button to the high speed and then just press start, and it'll do a drain and spin cycle. So we can see it's starting to spin. I'm just showing you how you can pry the case apart, and then you can pull out the old wax motor. The wax motors are available online too, although I'm not sure where you would get the part number. But they're probably like $15 instead of paying maybe around $60 for the whole thing. So you can just kind of wiggle off the old one. And then once the new one's in, you can just close the two halves of the case, and they click into place, and then you're done. So there we go, full speed spin. So that cured the problem and was pretty easy to do. Again, probably take you about 5 minutes. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance. Thanks so much for watching.